Hello and welcome to my craft room. My name is Michelle Wells. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Tasmania, Australia. Welcome to my Fun Fold Friday. Today I'm going to make this fun box card using the Autumn Goodness bundle. So I'll be using the Autumn Goodness stamp set and the Autumn wheelbarrow dies. So I'll be creating this little card with you today. So I've got everything all pre-cut, and that so you didn't have to sit between all that, but I'll explain what I've done as I go along. And I've also used the Tasteful labels dies. I've used this little label here and this little long one here, and I've also used the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. So we'll get started. I've got everything all pre-cut. So I've got all my pieces pre-cut, and I'll go through those in a second. And I've got all those done as well. So my piece here is 11.5 by 4. I'm just hoping that it is 4. So it's 4 by 11.5, and I'll just grab my trimmer out. So we're going to use the scoreboard part of it, so I'm going to pop that down there. So I'm going to score, so I'll need my little arm open here. So I'm going to score. My first score is going to be 4. So we're going to do 4, and then we're going to do 4.5. 5.5. So 4, 5.5, then 9.5, and then 11. So like I said, 4, 4, 5.5, 9.5, and 11. Then we're going to flip it around, and we're going to score that at 2 inches down the center. So make sure that's straight. So I'm going to score that 2 inches down the center. So I'm going to pop that out of the way. I don't think that I need that one anymore. So like I said, I've got all my pieces pre-cut. So what I'm going to do is going to just crease on all those fold lines, except for actually, what have I done there? I'm bending it now, so hopefully I haven't that one's going to be, so yeah, it's fine. I'm just double checking to make sure that I've accidentally folded that wrong, so but that's okay. You won't notice that when I flip it down. So what I'm going to do now is on this side here, I'm going to turn it around because I'm left-handed and it's easier to so we've got the little flap on this side, so it doesn't really matter which way you go. So I'm just going to cut down on that first little score line, and then I'm just going to cut it on an angle, and I'm cutting my little, just tiny little little notches on there, so it gives it, when I fold that down, it'll fold onto that. So I'm just going to turn it back around again, and I'm just going to fold, I'm just going to cut up to all those lines there. So I'm cutting all these little up to the score line. So I should have a little diagram. So what I've done is I've turned it around. I've just cut up to the score line, that score line, and that score line. Then I'm just going to turn it around, and I'm not going to fold this one here. So these little ones here will fold down, but I want to keep this one straight because that's where I don't want a fold in that, because that's going to stay straight, and that's your back part of your card. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this little flap in here, and I'm going to pop a bit of glue on. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue onto there, and then I'm just going to bring this piece over, and I'm just going to fold that down onto that piece there. I need to bring them down a bit. There you go. And I'm just going to rub that so it adheres to my base, and there is my card minus that little bit there that so this little piece here is going to come down, that little piece is going to come down, that piece is going to come down, and that piece is going to stay flat. So there is your card already done. So it's pretty quick and easy to go. Normally like you do 2 of the inserts, and my inserts here, I've got an insert here which is 3/4 by 5, and I've just scored it 1/2 inch each side. So normally you do 2 of those, and one would sit on the inside here on this side, and the other one would go on the inside of the other side the opposite way. But because I'm just going to go into the center, I'm only using 1 today. So I'm just going to adhere that into the center, and I'll show you how I done that. And that one there, I'm not quite sure what's happening with this one today. I might have to just take it a little bit further in, and because it just seems to be bowing a little bit. So I'm just going to have a little look and see, and that's better. You can adjust this and make sure it's sitting right before you you glue it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tear tape. If it was still there on the table here with me, it's run away. So I am just going to try. I did have my tear tape with me, and it's bounced away. Anyway, hang on a sec, I'll just have a look, see if it's not over here. No, I can't see it. It's one of those things that's walked off again today. So that's okay. I'm just going to use a bit of glue. I normally use tear tape because it's easier to put pop into the side. So I'm just going to use glue, and hopefully I don't get it all over the place. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that into the center. So I'm just going to hold it down there. So I'll just hold that, and I think I've moved that, and I have. So once you've got it to where you want it, and if like with glue, if it does get a bit sticky, it's an easy way to, I'll show you what you can do there. And then I'm just going to grab my other side. I'm just going to pop a little tiny bit of glue there, and then I'm just going to pop him down and hold him. I think I need to bring him over a little bit, and I do. So I'm just going to maneuver that over there, and I only just wanted the one because and I've got a little bit of glue but that's okay. I can slide that back a little bit more. Oh, too far. And I'm making a mess of this. It's so easy. It's a lot easier with if you use tear tape. So just ignore all the glue in there. I'll show you how to get rid of that in a minute once it's dry. So I might just pull that little bit off there. All you do is just grab your embossing buddy and just sponge around the edges there. But that's your box there. So, and once you do that, I will put this one aside, and I'll grab the one that I prepared earlier. This one had the tear tape. So, and once you've done that, it should just close up so. Just give it a try and make sure it closes either way. And then once you've done that, you're ready to go. So I'll pop all my little pieces down. Like I said, that back piece there, and mine's a little bit bowy on this one that I tried earlier, but that's okay. I'm quite happy with that one. It'll still work the same way. So I'll pop that aside for a second, and I'll show you the pieces. This piece here is 3 3¾ by 3¾ and I just run that through the Tasteful Textiles 3D embossing folder. And this piece here is 3¾ by 1¾ and these two little pieces here are 1¼ by 1 7/8, so they'll go on either side. And I've run all those through the embossing folder. And I've got all my little pieces already here. My wheelbarrow, all these have been stamped on Very Vanilla. And I've done my wheelbarrow. I've stamped that in soft suede. I've stamped that in Tuxedo black ink, and I've just coloured it in using my watercolour pencils, which I've used Real Red, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Pumpkin Pie, Craze and Craze, and Granny Apple Green. So I've used them on all my colouring for my little pieces there. I've also stamped this image using crumb cake. I think it was crumb cake. Yeah, it was crumb cake. And I've just gave it a little bit of a spruce up with Early Espresso just to give it a bit more contrast. I've cut these two pieces from the Tasteful Labels dies, and I've cut the little fence using the these dies here. So I've cut the fence and the wheelbarrow, this wheelbarrow, and the little wheel. The little wheel is using the metallic brushed cardstock, and I've cut the fence from soft suede. So, and I think that's all I have done there. So I'll show you how I put it all together. So this piece here, I'm going to pop, so all these, I just glued all these in. So I'm just going to work out which way you want to have your textile piece, your embossed piece to, and I like the enraised side up. So I'm just going to pop that on the inside. So I'm going to, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't go right down inside because you're not going to see that down there. You will, but you're not going to see it looking at. So I just need to pull that over a little bit that away. Gone a little bit over that way, but that's okay. So I've got that piece there, and this piece here is going to go onto the front. So work out which side. I just want the raised one. So he's going to go on top of my front panel here, and a little bit of glue there, but you won't see that with the, so I'm going to pop him on there. Then I'm going to do my little side panels, and they're going to go on each side of my little piece here. Hold that down for a second. Could pop a little bit more glue on there, but it's okay. And then I'll pop my last piece on. That's my back piece that I want. And I'm just going to pop him onto that one. And that's all my pieces all done. And like I said, you can do this in any colours. You can colour them in any colours, but this is just what I've done here. And that's your base, your piece all ready to assemble now. On this piece here, I cut this piece off, but this piece here, I'm actually going to fold that down, and I'm going to sit him up on some glue dots this time. So, so I'm just going to give that a fold. I just wanted to leave that little flap on this time, so I'm just going to grab my dimensionals, and and I nearly had an avalanche cards come down too. So I'm just going to grab my dimensionals, and I'm going to grab my large ones if I can find a pack that's and what I'm going to do is just going to grab some of my I'm just going to pop one there, and I'm just going to pop one on there. Like, you can decorate these any way you like, however you like. That should be enough to hold that down. So I'm just going to take the backings off those, and once you've got the backing, then you just push him down, and it sort of gives it a bit more I think strength in the front as well, and you don't have to cut that piece off then. So I'll pop that there for a second. So that's my card there. So now I'm going to grab my pieces here, and I'm going to stamp my sentiments on these. And I use Tuxedo black ink, and under my avalanche here now, I'm going to find that. So I've already got these two ready to go. So I'm going to stamp Golden Leaves, Chilly Air, Autumn Beauty everywhere. So because it's still autumn here, well, we're leaving autumn. Oh no, we're leaving winter. So I'm just going to stamp that, but still feels like autumn here, even when it is autumn. But I'm gonna stamp that one, and then I'm gonna do the same. I've got Plant Kindness and Harvest Love, so that's going to go on this little one here. Just ink that again, and I'm just going to try to take that over to the, so I'm going to try to take that over to the side, so it's over to this side here. So I'll show you what we'll need to cut a little bit off that. So that's all the stamping I needed to do. So now we're going to pop all this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll leave those to dry for a second. I'll put my little fence. I've got to work out, I need to cut a little bit of this off. So I'm thinking I'm just going to cut, this one's going to be a little bit longer this time. So I'm just going to trim that little part off there, and that little part off there, and just make sure you give him a tidy up. So, and that's going to hang over a little bit, but that's okay, I don't mind that. So I'm just going to grab my glue, and because that piece is going to hang over a little bit, I'm just not going to put a lot of glue. I'm just putting a little bit of glue down the center of all these, and I'm just going to pop a little bit along here and along there. Okay, a little bit, she says. Me with a little bit turns up to be a whole lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that, try to line it up, so that's going to sit down there like that. So that's my little fence. And just give it a good press down. I'll leave that one for a second, and I'm going to pop this one here up. I was thinking about, no, I'm going to pop that one, just going to glue that one down. So this is going to go up to the top of there. So I'm just going to pop that one up there and line it up to the top, so it's straight. Okay, straight. Oh no. Okay, come down a little bit, and I'm just going to glue that to there. Pull my sleeves up a little bit, it's getting a bit warm. We've had a bit of rain here today. Okay, and then I'm going to pop my other little piece up here, and I'm thinking about popping that one up on a couple of dimensionals this time. So I'm just going to pop one there, I'm going to pop one there, and so I'm just going to take those off, and pop that over there. Okay, so he sits up there on a bit of a, I might just shut my door for a second. Husband just come in. So And once I've got that, then I'm going to pop my wheel on my wheelbarrow. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue in the center of there, and I'm just going to pop him on to the wheel, and I'm just going to hold him there for a second. And while he's gluing, I'll pop these pieces here on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this piece down. So I've just got to work out where I wanted to have the glue. So I'm just going to pop him there. So I need a little bit of glue on here and a bit up on here, just to glue these pieces down. Probably use the, and I just want to leave that little piece like so I can stick my little other sentiment on. So I'm just going to stick that about there and hold him down for a second, and then I'll grab my and so this is going to slip underneath here, but actually don't have to cut this one off now because I've stamped it just nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a bit of glue just along there. I don't want it coming off the edge in case it so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip that under there. That's why I kept that side free, so I didn't glue that down so I could slip that up underneath there, and that's the front of it done. And the last thing you got to do is pop your wheelbarrow on, and then you just work out where you want to pop him. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue just on that piece there, probably a bit too much, and just a tiny little bit on here, and then that's just going to go on the inside of there. So I'm just going to pop that piece there and that piece there, and I'm just going to have a look, and probably needs to go down just a tiny little bit, and you just maneuver it to and I quite like that there. So, and I'll pop that lid off back onto there, and just give it another little, and just before you close it up, just double check that you haven't got any glue. You can use anything you like. You can use tear tape if you prefer to use that, but there you go. That is my well, like, it's easy to do once you get going. So that is my little card in a box, or box card, however. And then when you want to close it, you just close it up like that to mail, and that just goes in our ordinary envelope. But if I had one here, I'd be able to show you it going into it, but I don't. But and it does close either way. So just make sure if you do have anything that's higher, just make sure that it fits into an envelope. And if you want to, you could pop a little, work out your envelope size, and then do a little grid, and then just measure it up to make sure it's not gone over. But so that's gone over slightly, but it'll still be fine. Or even if I wanted to fold it that way, so everything's sort of nice. But there you go. That's my quick, cute little fun fold box card in a box, and that's the one that I made the other day. So, but there you go. Thanks for joining me, and if you like what you see today, please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this, please give me the thumbs up, and click on the notification bell. But I'll have all the details below where you can purchase any of these, if you'd like a catalogue from me, if you'd like to join the Inky Owls, my team. But I'll have all the details at the end of this video. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and have a great day. Bye for now.